An impactful snow event is likely to move through portions of the south here um, in the coming next 12 to 24 hours, right? 12 hours, really, 18 hours. So um, I hope y'all doing well this afternoon. Thought I'd make a quick briefing and update on this. We have some significant changes that I'm going to talk about in this video. Winter storm warning for certain areas, central Georgia. Um, And I want to also introduce myself. My name is Tim Ealer, meteorologist. I graduated last May from Mississippi State as an operational meteorologist. So I was always learning. And if you haven't, like this video, subscribe, share with your friends, and let's get started. So the time has come to go through this here. We're in the range of the HRRR model, the short range model that we all use when it comes to special events like this. Um, well, HRR is really the best short range model we have. So let's start this off, right? Let's say about 1 a.m. here. So 1 a.m. today, tomorrow morning, excuse me. Um, Maybe some rain showers starting in middle Georgia, um, North Carolina, South Carolina here. Some snow further to the north here, all right, as we go through time at night. About 5 a.m. See, the cold air is catching up to this, excuse me, to the rain shield here, right? So we move a little further with this. You see a heavy band of snow picking up on the backside of this, right? All the way down to the Florida Peninsula, all right? And this is where the heaviest snowfall is going to be. Maybe some intense snowfall rates of 1 inch an hour in this band. So we're looking at 7 a.m. here, right? 8, 9, 10. Oh, Middle Georgia is already on the backside of this. The cold air is pushing further south, and the snowfall, heavy snowfall, is pushing further south. So, but you see what happens here. Unfortunately for South Carolina and North Carolina, not showing a lot of snow here, right? I feel bad for my friend Mitch in South Carolina. It's unfortunate, but it looks like, at least with this run, the cold air is not going to get there soon enough, right? So, sorry, I keep clearing my throat, guys. Been talking a lot today. Yeah, so this moves up, and then you have an intense snow band further to the north here along the east coast, right? So wherever this sets up, of course, will be heavy snow as it moves out eventually Monday morning. So, so yeah, I mean, I'm going to keep following the HRRR model here. I'm going to go over and show you a few reasons why this is picked up a little bit with intensity and with these like mid to upper level, lower level flow here, and I'll go over that as part of this. So this is the briefing from the National Weather Service at Peachtree City. I'm going to go through this very quickly here. Again, winter storm warning for central Georgia, winter weather advisory surrounding areas from 3 a.m. to 1 p.m. Snowfall amounts 1 to 3 inches in the winter storm warning area. Winter weather advisory, a quarter to half an inch with up to an inch here as well. So, and we talked about this, but the threat for winter precip is shifted slightly further north. And there's going to be, heavy wet snow on the backside of this, with the possibility of max snow accumulation up to 4 inches in a narrow band. So wherever that sets up, we could potentially have some intense snow for a couple hours, which will keep travel very hazardous during that time. So, and temperatures Sunday night, Monday morning, expected to drop below freezing. So anything, especially roads that are, I don't know, not traveled very much, might refreeze. So we'll just have to see how that plays out tomorrow, how much snow we get, how much melting occurs after the snow falls. Okay, so I would, if I were you would ask me, I wouldn't advise traveling in the morning um, to go to church or anything like that. In the afternoon, you look outside and see how the roads look, and listen to your local authorities, and they can be the best source for that information. Okay, so yeah. So what's happening with this weather pattern setup? Cold air aloft um, is moving to the east with moisture overrunning it. And then, we have this radar depiction, a different model from National Weather Service, but basically the same thing here. 1 a.m. Sunday, you see what's happening. 7 a.m. Sunday, you see where the snow on the backside is beginning to push through all the way down to the Florida coastline. 10 a.m. Sunday, you see how quickly it moves through here. So the timing may be a little bit different between different models, okay? But generally, Sunday morning, 1 p.m., you see what happens here. Snow pushes out of the area. The sun may or may not come out. We'll have to see. But generally clearing behind that, right? And here's the timing of change from rain to snow. Start off as rain. So you have generally in middle Georgia from 5 a.m. to 8 a.m. Okay, so 2 a.m. to 5 a.m. for the north, and 12 a.m. to 3 a.m. even further north here. And again, here's a snowfall forecast for middle Georgia, potentially 2 to 3 inches in Macon, right? So we're for middle Georgia, we're in the bullseye. This could shift slightly one way or the other, okay? And there is a possibility it could be a little bit lower or a little bit higher. So, but the confidence is increasing, at least in my mind, that we're going to get a little more than was forecast earlier today. So, we'll just keep monitoring trends here. Now, this is an older graphic that shows a percent of members of an ensemble that indicate 1 inch of snow or more. You see, this was run at 12Z, which was like 8 a.m., and the briefing was like at 2 p.m., right? So these chances have increased since then, okay, but not like to 100%. I don't think it'd ever be 100%, guys, right? So keep that in mind. And the chances here, the same thing, of a half an inch or 1/10 of an inch of snow increase as you get to the lower mountains and further to the south and east. But again, this is an older graphic, and the overall thinking is the higher amounts have moved further to the northwest in the latest runs of the models. So tonight, temperatures are generally supposed to be in the 30s, and tomorrow highs in the 40s, right? So, but wherever we have that heavy snowfall band set up, okay, heavy snowfall rates, temperatures will drop substantially during that time. Dynamic cooling in the column, okay, um, bring temperatures down. And when you have those intense snowfall rates, you have accumulating snow on the roadways because it cools the roadway so quickly it can't melt, right? So, um, yeah. So, move through this slide here. Tomorrow night's low temperature, generally in the 20s for most of the state. And tomorrow, once it gets through the day, the snow will melt. Generally highs in the 40s to 50s here. Now, this is an impact graphic for the National Weather Service. You see, we're right square in the middle, more or less, central Georgia, a moderate impact area, at least right now, okay? Surrounding areas are in the low to moderate. And northern part of this, don't let your guard down. So we could have some more northwestward ticks movement of the highest snowfall totals. So we'll keep that in mind. Now this is just a reiteration of the first slide. So I hope you find this useful and be safe out there. And I'll put updates out as warranted if I think there's major changes in the coming hours. So this is the expected snowfall amounts for the Panhandle of Florida and up into um, Alabama and Southwest Georgia. Generally a trace or nothing to half an inch here, depending on where you're at. So not this is mobile Pensacola area here. So going a little further east here, generally in South Georgia, expecting 0 to half an inch of snow. Americas up to 1 inch, Abbeville up to 1 inch as well. But overall, Panama City, maybe a trace here. Sorry, keep clearing my throat, guys. Got a lot of post nasal drip today. So, yeah, I mean, light amounts here in South Georgia and parts of the Panhandle of Florida. So as you go further north in this event, the snowfall totals taper off quite a bit here, unfortunately for my friend in Columbia. I hope this changes for him. I really do. He missed out last year as well. Um, but generally from a trace to half an inch of snow expected, with minimal travel impacts with this. And this is as of 1 p.m. today. So here's the latest event total snow accumulation graphic from the National Weather Service as of 1:35 p.m. for Central Georgia. You can see the highest precip amount squarely in the middle part of the state here. So yeah, so that's why the winter storm warning is up for this area. So I wanted to show this graphic to illustrate why the change in intensity with snowfall. Okay. This is the mean 700 millibar flow at the middle, lower levels of 700 millibars between 850 and 500, right? And we look at this area for enhanced lift, right? You see this swath of increasing flow here, 60 knots or so, right? And some increasing flow up here as well. So, let's go back a little ways here. Let's just say this is 2100 UTC. Okay, so generally that's it's 4 hours, 5 hours for the East Coast. So 5 p.m. So go through time here. See this flow at 700 millibars. really ramps up here um, around 1500, which is around 11 a.m. So that is the one of the drivers behind why the intense snow bands may set up in this area. Okay, so you see what happens here? It gets even more intense as it moves further to the east, then generally moves offshore, right? So that's likely the reason why, um, like North Carolina, for example, is not getting in on it. All right. And also because the way this flow is, if you switch it to 850 millibars, right, um, which is lower levels, okay, you see what's happening here. We have heights lowering here to the south, which indicates to me that there's some lower pressures there, right? Okay, and um, so that's part of what's going on here too. The flow, right? You can see where the flow is coming from. It's not like a CAD wedge in place that's here, right? Although we go to the surface, we can do that and take a look. Um, real quickly here. All right. Um, see where the flow is coming from, right? You see these dew points um, going to the east here. Overnight, and then dries out quite a bit. But the overall flow is coming in from this way, right? Not a CAD wedge this way. This is the surface, all right? It's dew point and surface features, right? So that's one of the things is the cold air isn't making it up in this area as fast as it is in the central part of the state because of the Appalachians. The Appalachians are blocking some of that. It's not coming over the apps as quickly, right? You can see what's happening here as well at the surface. All right, let's go back. Yeah, some transfer energy offshore here. You see a low pressure developing offshore here, all right? And that goes up the coast. And that's what's going to be bringing our weather up to the coast as well. So now if we go back to the previous, I meant to say this is the HRF ensemble viewer, high resolution ensemble viewer, right? So it's a ensemble members, um, the high resolution ensemble members combined. All right, and this gives you an output here. Is go to 1500 UTC. And remember that feature I showed you at 1500 UTC from the 12Z run? There it is, right? But not nearly as strong, okay? It doesn't intensify till further, it gets further to the east, right? So this little difference is likely driving the northwestward push of the enhanced snowfall. So a little bit in the weeds there, but that's my thinking on that. So in closing here, I'd like to say that I appreciate everybody watching, and this will be a quick hitting event that will move in and move out. So if we're smart about it, we just stay off the roads when this is occurring. We should be okay tomorrow. Um, It'll be fun to look at. Maybe make some snowmen. That'd be cool. And then we can move on to the rest of the week. So hope you all have a great day and enjoy the snow tomorrow. God bless.